comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Prepare yourself. Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Starts with a jump in. Decides to go in with the target combo. Backs them into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player one has used up all of their drive gauge. They need to hold out. Player one needs to deal with this burnout. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Player one can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. Fires off a whirlwind. Projectile to try and change the situation. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Lays down a whirlwind. Time's the only thing moving here. So little life left. Okay, creating some space here. In there! Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
Who's going to start things off? Box him with a target combo. Player one hits him with a stopping bomb. Drilling time. That's the Yoga Inferno Rip. How's this round going to develop? Drive gauge gap here. Drive gauge is almost empty. They gotta be careful. Switches sides via backhand. Whiffs with that huge attack. Handle with care. You can't drop drive impacts. Player one will look to springs forward with the drive rush. Arabian looking to impress with this super.
Prepare for turbulence.
Oh, no question whether this super art is going to kill or not.
Picture
Did not miss that chance and takes the round. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Final round. Fight.
Catches them out. Locks them down with the arch. Player one dropped below on gauge stop, but a good call to take that round. Throw zone. How long does this offensive assault continue? What's next? Player two needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking up? Somehow manages the blade save. Arabian Cyclone. What now? The drive impact doesn't work. Catches them out. Yoga fire to turn up the heat. They are not getting close to each other. Whoa, this is gonna hurt. Arabian Cyclone hits the mark. Overhead. Are you kidding me? Player one comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Medium kick. Absorbs the attack and fires back. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. What's the play here? Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. Will they incorporate that full drive gauge they have into their game plan? It'll be interesting to see how both players utilize their drive gauge to dictate the terms of the match. They break things off to take a quick breather. A good chance here to recover the drive gauge or figure out the next step. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Strings it all together. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Knockdown. Very critical point of the match with full drive gauge available. The fighters return to the middle of the stage. Lays down a whirlwind. Gets tagged by the fireball. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
Who's going to start things off? Goes for a projectile to try and change the brushes that off and keeps going. Grabs him. Good work staying in throw range there. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Starts a push with Arabian Cycle. The opening on that impact. Will they take it? Handle with care. You can't drop drive impact. Opts to continue the attack with the drive. Gets carried to the corner. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Big opportunity coming. Not much life difference. Super hard on going on the offensive. Brushes that off and keeps going. Their spacing is so on point right now. But Booth uses their drive game. Drive impact misses. And whiff. They're wide open. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be? Yoga Fire. Loss of distance here. Who's baiting who? They both decide to ease the tension and back off. Both of them back off. They may be preparing for the final exchange. Who will set the bait at this range? So, what's next? They don't have any leeway to make a mistake. Someone's got them. Can they drive back? The drive gauge is screaming for more attention. Will they gamble something? This is gonna hurt. No, what a finish! Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Uses a Fireball to try and establish their pace. Looks like they want to re-establish their game plan with Fireball. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Throws them to negate the block. Closes the gap for the grab. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with Fireball. Was looking for that jump attack. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Lays down a whirlwind. Taking stock. Does a good job of pushing back. Gets the jump in.
Skyward!
KO! Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight!
This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. The jump-in is being hit them with a stopping bomb. The throw whiffs. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Looking for a chance. Clutch, anti-air.
Mixer!
Good heads-up decision opted for the drive impact. Noticeable luck, didn't hesitate going for the kill with that super. Did not miss that chance and takes the round. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger!
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Let's get this mission started. Round 1.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. The low kick connects. Takes up some damage with a long-reaching attack. The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? What's the play here? Player 1 has the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Goes for the fireball. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Can they outlast it? Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Are they going to fill up their super meter for a small advantage or concentrate on the offensive? Gaining some meter would open up the opportunity to deal huge damage, but that's easier said than done. The timer is down to half. How will our fighters use this time to create chances for themselves? Player one needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Taking stock. They hit each other. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Player two is barely hanging in there, experiencing burnout. All right, what's coming up next? Player one can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Love tap to close it. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
There's an overdrive art. Flicks out the blade to creep up. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. They're still feeling each other out. Takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate the pace. Knockdown and... Player one can't use any drive moves without burning out. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Experiencing burnout. Player one will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Sonic boom. The low heavy is denied. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Checks him with the boom. Zones with the fireball. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Time to reassess the situation? Go solid punch him. Expect to see some added pressure here. Player knocked them out of the air. Yoga somersault kick stops him cold. What burns out? You gotta be... What a finish! Player one was an absolute beast in that match.
Round one.
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Projectile to try and change the situation. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Who's going to break the silence first? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Plenty of space between the two fighters, but who will decide to close the gap? What are they thinking here? Super meter is looking bare right now. Will they try to hang back to stock up or continue fighting? Player one blazing through that drive gauge to try and set the pace. They are not afraid to let the overdrive art fly, even when their drive gauge isn't topped off. Player two can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. Next hit will end the round. And throw ends the round. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight.
Teleport! That's gonna rattle them. Fires off in overdrive. Player two got completely shut out that round. Can they make a comeback? Big opportunity coming. Knockdown and experiencing burnout. Player one in dire straits with burnout. Both fighters planning something? Their life is hanging by a thread. They gotta lean heavily on their drive moves now. Going in? Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. This is gonna hurt. Oh, here we go. Impact squat. Blocks the KO. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Shall we begin?
No mercy for you.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Jump in finds the mark. Gets a chance with that jump in. The cross-up's good. What are they thinking here? Still slugging it out here. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Gets back into the corner with pressure building. Knockdown. Impact's a no-go. Life lead opens up. Player 1 charges forward. One chance here may end this match. Jumps in. Intercepts. Slick anti-air finish.
Right.
Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Connects with medium kick. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Oh, says no to the impact. Both fighters planning something? Hits them with a stopping bomb. Locks them down with the arch. So, what's next? Yoga fire there. Doing some quick planning? They were right to be on guard there. Impact squash. Solid anti-air. Gotta do better than that. This is a turning point. In there. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. The last round. It's now or never. Left off a yoga fire. Took him to the corner in a flash. How did they read that throw? Crowns him from above. Ooh, what a smart throw. Okay, here we go. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Cross that off. Wall splat into the guard break. Forcing them to block the drive impact near the corner is a very smart play on their part. Medium kick. The drive impact doesn't work. What now? Both fighters are down to half life. More fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. Nothing stops this train. Player 2 needs to wing this up. Gotta do better than that. What are they gonna do? Reads the jump in perfectly. Turns out. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Oh my, no hesitation or regret! Hits him with the NS dummy! Perfect damage calculation, no doubt about it! Are you kidding me? No! Player 1 has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage! They're still hungry, both sides stepping up for the rematch. The first round begins. Crowns him from above. Gets the combo. Teleports. That's gonna rattle them. Reads them. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Escapes the corner to reset the situation. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Feeling out the spacing. That drive impact is blocked. Throws them to negate the block. All right, what's coming up next? Well-timed corner switch. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistake. KO! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Teleport! That's gonna rattle them. Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Breaks the block with a throw. Going in. Yoga teleport. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Player 2 will look to up. There's the wall splat. They can't do anything now. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. A quick breather. Impact squash. Baits out the low kick. Player 1 has the deck stacked against them. Can they squeeze out a win here? Just go for it. Noticeable life lead. What are you jumping in for? Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. This is crucial. The opening round is about to begin. Throws them to negate the block. Player 2 with the life lead. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. Big counter. Getting into the end game now. It's getting what a finish. Great read on the life gauge there.
Right.
Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player 2 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Knockdown and jumps. Going on the offensive, charges forward. Anti-air drops him. They just said, get that jumpin' out of here. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Hits up and uses the gauge for a super art. That's not gonna hit. All the throw connects. Both fighters have nice read with a cannon spike. Player 2 burns out. How did they anticipate that jump-in? We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting this low heavy. Jumps up. Crowns him from above. Draw super hard incoming. The drive impact doesn't work. Reads the jump in perfectly. Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gauge. This is gonna hurt. Knocked him out of the air. Genius read with that throw escape. Gets into perfect fireball range. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Things are looking very bleak, but can they find over in a flash? Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of. All right, first round. What's going to happen? The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Goes for the fireball. Player 1 with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Takes a trip. Was looking for that jump attack. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Knockdown. Picks up the win with the projectile. Good read. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
He tries to set the tone with that charging attack. Player 2 creates a good hits him with a stop and pop. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Punishes there with the drive impact. Really laying on the pressure. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Both fight. Burnout activate. Closes with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Go. This unleashes some big damage. Player 1 with a slight knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Smart stuff. Poking at that range to zone the opponent. Drops him hard. With super arts into play, it's really anything goes at this point. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. This is gonna hurt. Okay, here we go. There's a burnout. Oh, yo, raw super hit. Impact squash. Nothing stops this train. A real test of nerves here. This can lead to some big damage. What a finish. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that comeback. Yoga teleport. Where is he going? Teleports! That's gonna rattle him. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Oh, whiff the drive impact. Whiffing a drive impact opens a huge window to get punished. Does a good job of pushing back. Knockdown. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize the KO? Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Okay, they trade hits. Hits them with a stop and bop. From up above, you can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Were they baiting them into that? Experiencing burnout. A quick breather. Are you serious? They had a read on that jump in the whole time? Full SA meters on deck. This can lead to some big damage. Right read is there, but still anyone's game. What a finish! Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Brushes off the impact. Grabs him. Was well in range to score the throw. Whoa, hold on. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. All right, player 1 has the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. They've got nowhere to run now that they're in the corner. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Forward throw, not letting them out of the corner. Experiencing burnout. And what a finish. Great lead in the life gauge there. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. The drive impact is denied. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Big counter. That parry may be just the catalyst they need. Perfect read with the drive parry. Yoga fire there. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. Hit them with a stop and pop. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive game. Now's the time. Smart play with the throw. Both fighters planning something. Blocks it. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Lets off a yoga fire. Gotta be, just goes for it at this range. Jumps in. Clutch, anti-air. Up for the arrow. This is gonna hurt. Amazing. Player 2 can't let this simmer. Hooligan grab. What a read. Who will come out on top? That amazing never say die attitude got them the win.
Cammy wins.
Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6. Fighting round. Online. Ready to match. Here comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Gotta do round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Tries to bait him with the projectile. Gets a good read on their opponent. That's how you capitalize on an opponent's mistake. Get the punish counter by waiting for the opponent to whiff an attack and then strike without hesitation. Player 2 with the life lead. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Throws them to negate the block. All right, what's coming up next? Checks him with the projectile. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Okay, creating some space here. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Takes the chance to hurt him. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Had the radar up and running. Will that drive impact get punished? Taking stock. Life lead opens up. KO! Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 1 had an impressive round while managing their drive gauge. They'll want to carry that momentum into the next round. Connects with medium kick. Super on deck for hits him with a stopping block. Keeps him guessing with a yoga arch. Sneaks in above. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. The life remaining tells us we're halfway through this match. What's going to happen here in the latter half of this round? We're at a standstill, but we may see an eruption soon. They decide to take a breather to regroup. Yoga arch! They got something in mind! Hit the drive! Pass them on the go! What'll be the plan here? Hit them with a quick low kick! Here's the final round! The real fight starts now! Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 2 didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up here. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. They may be planning to send their drop impact squat. Excellent block to shut out the impact. Time to reassess the situation. These reads the jump in perfectly. They just said, get that jump in out of here. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Anti-air in the clutch. With super arts into play, it's really anything but clutch, anti-air. Ooh, what a smart throw. Both sides getting ready. Okay, nobody blink. Knocked them out of the air. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? Hit the drive. Quick step forward. They gotta go. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Quick medium post. Makes it on the fireball. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Smart play with the throw. Had the radar up and running. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Are they trying to beat out the jump? Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Absorbs the attack and fires back. From up above. Sticks the combo. Life lead opens up.
Yoga flame.
KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Yoga flame.
Gets the jump in. Combo with the target combo. The impact doesn't do anything. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive rate. Player 1 has a slight life lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Looking for a chance. Knockdown and takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate the pace. What'll happen here? Hits him with a stop and pop. It's a good spot to use the super. Here it comes. Merciless Yoga. Dawson just straight up slapping the taste out of their mouth. This is gonna hurt and humiliate. A single hit, but what a finish! Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a